Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. There are many things in our lives that we feel blessed by. We call them gifts, the gift of good health, the gift of great friends, and all of that. I'm trying to process what we're going to talk about today and put this all together. The gift of uncertainty, the unknown being a gift. She says so. Let's learn more from her. She offers much coaching for spirituality, energy, all different types of programs, metaphysical insight to walk the journey with you. MaryElizabeth is her name. We call her ME, and she is back with us. How are you doing today?
I am just fabulous, and I'm so excited to be here because who knows how this is going to unfold. And that is one of the gifts that life brings us.
There is an uncertainty as how this is going to go. I have no idea. People say, do you script what you want to do on a podcast? Never once. No, it's organic. You just go with it. The uncertainty, I want to see the positivity in it. And I honestly do, in that there is a little air of excitement not knowing what's coming next. And technically, nobody knows what's coming next. We have a reasonable assumption, planning and things like that. But let's be really, really honest. You don't know. Nobody can predict the future. It hasn't gotten here. Does it? In your world, does the future exist?
No. The future is now. It's all in one space of energy. All is happening in this moment in time. So whatever is on your mind will create the next moment you see. And when you believe that you must be in a space of control and you must figure it out and you must plan it to be, you are trying to control, in truth, what the universe brings. And here's the interesting aspect. The universe will respond to you. So if you are focusing on the way things have always been, which is a space of certainty, there is no endless possibility. You see what we mean?
Yeah.
It is in the uncertainty that endless possibility lie.
If you're doing the same old, you're going to get the same old, same routine, same results, same everything.
Exactly. And in this time in your life, you have the distinct power, the distinct gift of choosing differently. All of your life, if you think about it, you have similar experiencing. You're around similar types of people. You're around, many don't ever leave where they grew up. They stay in their neighborhoods. They stay in what is familiar because it's comfortable. Certainty gives you a sense of comfort, but it's also hindering you from becoming into the fullness of who you were born to be. You're not meant to stay the same. You are constantly changing, constantly shifting, but yet you all try to stay in that space of, well, if I do this, this, and this will be the outcome. And yet still you wonder, why are things not changing for me?
Is it fear?
Yes. Yes. The idea of controlling is fear. The idea of having to know. And as we said, our ME always wants to know what's coming. Well, when you know what's coming, you are limiting the gifts the universe can bring to you. If you say, if I do X, Y, and Z, this will be the result, all the universe can do is respond to that energy of X, Y, and Z. So you're going to continue your patterning. And as we have said before, pattern is born in the synapses of your brain, and that is the voice of Fred. that is keeping you in the familiar. But have you ever been faced with something you had no clue how it was going to work out for you? But you had no choice but to move forward. Has that ever come about for you?
Oh, yeah. For sure. In many different ways, even most recently. I want to pose a question to you because you've used
Mm-hmm,
the word universe a number of times. And this
mm-hmm,
was a little discussion I had with somebody just yesterday. Their belief is there is no universe around us. Many of us think, myself included, now I'm looking at it differently, that there's a thing out there called the universe. It's here, it supports us, wants the best for us. You can make the universe whatever you want it to be. Is it a god? Is it just an energy force? They feel that we're the universe. It
exactly.
starts with us. In our
Exactly.
universe, we are the universe.
We are the expansion of the energy that comes from the source of all things, the divine space. Some may call it God, some may call it the divine, some may call it the universal energy. It is all one. We are one, one with we. It is all one energy. So you are putting out into the energy field. We spoke of energy last week, and energy is what we all are. It's what we, all things are just energy. So that impact starts with you. And the energy you put out is the energy you bring back to you.
Is this sort of like a boomerang?
Yes, like attracts like.
Hmm.
So when you step into what is familiar, you will continue to get what is familiar, though there will now be shifting energy because guess what? You have changed. When we started this conversation today, you were different than you are right now. You are in this constant flux of movement. Your energy field is constantly in motion,
Hmm.
and you are your energy field. So when you try to stay where you are in the certainty, if I do X, Y, and Z, this will be my result, and then be surprised when it's not, because eventually, you do have a path that you were born to experience. There is a plan, despite what others want to believe. There truly is a plan for
Hmm.
each human being. And it comes together globally. You are all, you've heard the expression soulmate. Is that not true?
Sure.
You are all soulmates if you are here on this planet at the same time.
Lots to think about here. So there's a plan. And if the plan, let's say you're not loving your life,
Mm-hmm.
and you said, this is it. This is what you had for me, whoever you are. You might be talking to yourself. Technically, if you are your own universe,
Yeah.
if this is it. How come that's the plan? Or is that not the plan?
It's not the plan. It's what you're choosing to focus on. It's what you're choosing to put your energy into. If you keep saying, well, this always happens to me, in truth, that happens many, many times. You'll hear somebody say, well, it never goes the way I want it to. It never goes the way I want it to. Because what have they created in the energy field? It will never go the way I wanted it to. So they are in that moment in time creating the energy of it not working out to reinforce that belief. The idea of uncertainty is you do not allow your belief to alter the creation of what will come next for you. Uncertainty is stepping into that big dream, allowing yourself to see it, allowing yourself to feel it, allowing yourself to own it energetically, and then ignore, which we understand is not an easy thing to do, but ignore the circumstance and remind yourself this is just circumstance based on old programming. I'm inviting the uncertainty of unfolding. I'm excited because this is my reality. The moment you can dream it, it's yours.
I believe that, and I want to more believe that.
Let's just say you know it, but you don't truly believe it. You have a knowing within that that is a true statement.
I have
But
evidence to show that it does happen in work, whether you want it to or not, because you put your attention into it. And I can give it examples. I'm dealing with one right now. Not a big deal, but it's on my radar how I was thinking something and something showed up.
Mhm.
And it's very much connected, and it's too coincidental for it not to be, but I was putting attention in that direction. So let's look at it this way. Emmy, if we could wipe the slate,
Mhm.
wipe the preconceived notions, the thoughts that we had, the whatever's limiting us in bringing on the uncertainty. How can we better embrace that uncertainty for a favorable outcome, things that we want to come our way?
First of all, you have to remind yourself if we could erase all belief. Have you ever seen the movie Emmy always refers to it, 50 First Dates, where
Sure.
every day the girl wakes up brand new without a memory of what was? And because of that, there is endless possibility because there is uncertainty. There is no preconceived notion of how it's supposed to be. There is no worry about what others think of me. There is only, it's a new day. Let's play. Because in truth, in that movie, that is her energy. Let's play. There is no, oh, I've got to do this again, or oh, is it ever going to change? It changes the moment you decide it's going to change. You just have to allow yourself to see the signs of the shift. As you said, you thought of something and it came to be. No, that was not a coincidence. But here's the interesting thing. What you thought of, you did not put a lot of emotion behind. It was a thought. You let it come through, it drifted through, and you let it be. But then it showed up for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I
So
really did.
because
I wasn't intentional. I was not even worth getting into the details, but
Mhm.
it was just like, no, that's interesting. Okay. It wasn't like, need that, bring that to me. But it's the it's the evidence of the thought was there. The thought was there. And reverse engineered, I think we kind of transition over to manifesting in some regards.
Yeah,
Um,
because it's all tied together.
there are things I manifested or I thought about, wasn't even thinking about manifesting, wasn't even aware of it really at the time. But things I thought about, in terms of a relationship I was in, what role I played in that relationship. I didn't have any evidence. I just was thinking it. That's what I turned out to be. It truly was that
Yeah,
because
it's
that's where the attention went.
your where your attention goes, energy flows.
Yep.
Where your attention goes, energy flows. What you focus on multiplies. How you focus creates your reality. And what we mean by that is how you focus energetically. Are you worried? Are you feeling stuck? Are you complaining that things never change? Well, if you're complaining, guess what? You're going to have more to complain about because your universal energy within you is reverberating and responding to the energy you're putting out into the world. So you may have no idea how you're going to make a dream come true, but yet you can feel it. We will use relationship as an example.
Sure.
You're looking for a relationship. You're in a relationship, but you want it to be different. Well, instead of focusing on what's missing, focus on how it feels when it's different. There's a reason you want it to be different. You may say, well, I have no idea what it's going to feel like. That is not true, because in your mind, you're going to feel happy. So focus on yourself happy in a relationship. Focus on the things you can picture. You may be trying to draw a partner to you, but you can't picture how that person is in physicality, but you can picture how you feel when you're in a loving embrace. You can picture how it feels to hold someone's hand. Do you understand what we mean?
Mm-hmm.
So put your energy there. Put the energy of being in somebody's company. You all have a best friend who makes you feel happy to be in their presence. Create that energy. And better still, be happy in your own presence and draw that to you.
So in your example here, in terms of relationships, there was a time a while back, not too far back, where I was doing meetings for work with somebody, another part of the country. And I thought, what a nice person. They're just really nice. She's very sweet, whatever. Um, Kind of reminds me of somebody I know. Kind of looks like somebody I know. And I'm not looking at this person like, oh my God, ravishingly beautiful, just nice, very pleasant. How nice. Wouldn't you know it? Somebody shows up that looks like these two people. They both look similar. This person looks like them too. Same suite, everything. I wasn't even putting attention into it. I was just having a thought. Oh, she's really nice. That's fine. Not even thinking about anything more than that. But the point here is the attention put that, and that person showed up. And there was another time where everything was exactly how I thought it to be. Everything, unbelievable. The everything in line except emotional availability. I left that part out. I left that part out in terms of thinking, and it wasn't there.
We're going to put one thing out there. You left that part out because, in part, you were not in that space to be completely emotional available yourself.
Interesting. And I'm not going to say I disagree at all. Um, but why does it work that way?
You draw to you like energy. You understand that? So if something is missing, lacking from your perspective in another, you have to say, wait a minute. People in your life are a mirror to you. They're there to show you something within yourself. So if somebody makes you uncomfortable or is not giving you what you need, you have to say, where am I falling short in this area too? Do you see what
I
we
do.
mean?
I do because it's the mirror.
Yes,
And,
yes.
to your point, I think I shared with you, I'm in a men's group, and like 3 weeks ago, we did an exercise where we go around the room, about 8 or 10 of us, and you describe how you see that person. And you have to be fully masked down and honest. It may hurt them and you, but you need to say how you're feeling. We all did it. A little uncomfortable, a little not. Some of us agreed, yeah, that's how I see that person too. But then it all came the reality, the aha moment that the things you point out in that person are probably the things that you don't like in yourself or lacking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. The things it's anytime there is a judgment, you see, anytime there is a judgment in energy, whether it's for another person or a situation, it is truly a judgment of self. That's why we always say if somebody is judging you, if somebody's opinion of you is less than favorable, feel sorry for them because that is their opinion of themselves. And they are just projecting it forward. Because again, you mirror that which you feel about yourself. The more you step into that space of understanding that you are an ever evolving human being, you are an ever increasing energy force. And if you allow that increase to be, you are stepping fully into that space of uncertainty. You are stepping fully into that space of endless possibility. We always say life is endless possibility if you allow it to be. But again, it's about where you are focusing, how you are focusing. So instead of noticing what's lacking, be grateful for what is present. And it's the same as what is within you. Instead of noticing what is missing or what you'd like to improve, give yourself a pat on the back for the moments of the kindness you bring, for the intellect, for the insight, for the moment of your words having a positive impact on another. Because here's an interesting thing. You all know when you've positively impacted another. You can see the shift in their face. You can feel the energy shift within them. You should be embracing that. Be thankful for that. And for those who give you a moment of pause, be grateful for that too. And for those who trigger you, woot, woot, thank you, because you showed me there's something here that is born from fear, and I need to allow it to release.
You know, it's interesting. We talk about when somebody says something to you and they're really just pointing out their inadequacies or however you want to phrase it. Like when you were a kid, somebody calls your name, somebody says something to you. And a lot of times you reply, I know you are, but what am I? But it's kind of what it is
Yeah.
in some regards.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Because it really is when somebody is judging you, it's truly has nothing to do with you. It just has to do how they feel in their energy field. And they are lashing out at you because at some point within themselves, they are feeling less than. And they have been taught to spew when they feel less than or insecure in the energy that is evolving around them. They prefer certainty versus the uncertainty. Because when you can allow another to be who they are and know it has nothing to do with you, that creates a level of uncertainty of what then can be, because there is no preconceived notion running the show. Does that make sense?
It sure does. And almost uneasy to think now we flip it around when you judge somebody else, when you say something to somebody else, and they could have, they could have hurt you. You haven't forgiven them, and you throw those things out there. Now you got to take that mirror and put it up in front of you. What are you saying? What exactly are you saying? Why are you saying that? And go deep within.
Yeah.
Mm.
Why did that trigger me? Why did that cause me to be unkind? Because as we've said before, and we want you all to hear this, you are all born innately kind. The need to be in control, the need to be supreme, the need to knock others down at their knees is a taught reaction. It is not your truth. Your truth is you are born in humanity, which is kindness and gratitude for all other beings. That is what humanity is. You're just allowing the voice of Fred to lead, which again, you asked, is it fear? Yes, Trying to stand in certainty is fear. And there's a difference between certainty and absolute knowing. You
We
can
have
have
about 20 seconds left. What is the difference?
an absolute knowing is within the core of your being. A certainty is just that space of safety. I'm certain it'll work out this way. This is the way it's supposed to be. The knowing is in the core of you, that source energy coming through, letting you see there is endless possibility.
Is that your intuition?
Yes.
Okay. How do we find you?
You can find me at my website at www.IamMaryElizabeth.me, or you can always text me at 661-524-4544. And I am available for coaching services, guest speaking, and group gatherings also.
Always wonderful talking with you, Emmy. A new appreciation for the unknown. Embrace it.
Embrace it, exactly. And step into your week knowing that there is endless possibility when you step beyond what you believe must be.
Looking forward next time we get together.
Have a great week.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.